Maybe not.
Who cares?
Fuck it, just go with it. People can read titles.
That's it.
You freaky statuey bastards. Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome back to insert graphic here, whatever the fuck we
The
end up.
horrifying month of insert name here.
Oh, God. Speaking of horrifying, these guys freak me the fuck out. It's Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. And now I've said that. There we are. There's one of the bastards at least. These guys freak me the fuck out when I played this as a kid.
I believe they're all supposed to be...
The guys you fight.
Yeah, so the one in the centre, staring right at us, is supposed to be Kain. And then in the top right
that's
is Raziel. And
yes.
then you've got all the others.
We know this is one of these games which no memory card. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants.
I love the music in this game.
And my brethren
Yep.
the dawn of the Empire.
And that is still such a cool sword.
I have
Yeah.
served him a millennium.
You might have seen one of our earlier videos of talking about how terrible game voice acting is.
Yeah.
That is not the case
No.
in the Legacy of Kain games.
No, one of the rare examples of just being brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's a bit hammy and overacted.
But that's because of the game.
You know,
you are playing as vampires.
a gothic vampire. Yeah. Yes, the seething anger and
Yeah. But also, I love, because this is actually a sequel to Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, which was the original one in the series. One of the few game series I can think of in which the first game's ending, the canonical end, was the bad one.
yes.
Because, I mean, spoilers for a game which is older.
Hoot. Spoiler warning! Spoiler warning!
Spoilers for a game which is older than every single one of you listening. But basically, in the original game, you could choose to either save the world or become this evil bastard feeding up his lieutenant here. The canon is becoming an evil bastard.
Yep. Because something about all-powerful vampire lord always says, "I'll do the good thing."
Well, I think.
So what we are talking over here, guys, is Raziel grows wings before Kain. Kain gets a narc on and decides to
Chucks him in
banish
vampire hell.
Raziel down to the swirly vortex of death.
Otherwise known as the toilet of the world.
I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the lake of the dead. Cast him in.
I would thoroughly recommend you at least read the story of the first game. The first game now is a bit unplayable.
Yeah.
Just because it's got a lot of bad choices. Its game design. But the story behind it is absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It really is so good.
I don't know.
The whole series is really good.
Oh yeah. But what I wonder is if someone's made like a novelisation.
Ah, they must something.
Because I mean, for fuck's sake, you got like the SD Perry novels of Resident Evil. You've got to have other ones knocking
I
around.
bet you thought we'd forgotten those existed.
Never forget.
Fucking Caliban Cove.
If you ever wonder where James Cameron got the idea for Avatar, here we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Sudan's Fortescue anorexic cousin. I've got to download the soundtrack to this.
It's really good. Back when, game soundtracks came in two varieties. Either that sort of weird techno-y kind of just
90s.
action, in inverted commas, or stuff like this.
Form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be.
See what I mean about the voice acting? I mean, it's annoying because it's PS1, so there's no subtitles, but...
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have
It's so
only
good.
spared you from total dissolution.
Oh, I got shivers.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver, my angel of death.
We
So
are both utterly silent just out of sheer respect for that voice acting.
Oh, so good. So this isn't strictly speaking a horror game.
No, it's horror themed.
It's
like,
horror
I wouldn't call
themed.
it Splatterhouse, but you know, it's that sort of idea. It's horror themes, as Jimmy says, but it ain't scary. What it is one of the best fucking action adventure games I think you can have, because yes,
on this generation. For sure.
yes, oh yeah, no, and also one of the great things I love about this is that here he just explains fast travel, so we'll just talk over him. But the fact that they have an entire game that basically sets up the story for the sequel, like literally most of the stuff which you don't understand in this game is never explained. It turns up in the sequel, which is again freaking excellent.
You have much to learn, Raziel. When you are
I always-
ready, this barrier will be dissolved.
They never explain who or what the sort of elder god type character is. I mean, I know that he's clearly like supposed to be like Shub-Niggurath or
He's most
one of the other
inspired.
sort of Lovecraftian elder
Yeah.
gods with like, you know, the sort of
Yeah.
huge mass of tentacles and
Yeah.
eyeballs and all that kind of thing. But he's not technically omnipotent. Like he needs
Oh no, he claims to be it, but he sure as shit ain't.
but he needs obviously the Raziel too.
No, it's like the oh god, it's like what was it in Eternal Darkness? You know, the giant purple thing.
No, I have not played Eternal Darkness.
Well, no, we played it years ago, mate.
I never did.
Yeah,
No,
we
no.
did. Yeah, we
No
did.
desire.
Years ago. Like, I'm talking like a decade or more, but yeah.
Is it Eternal Dark and Sanity's Requiem?
Yes,
I have never played that game. Not for a fucking second.
I am positive we have. Utterly positive, because I remember we both got totally stuck on the puzzles. I'm positive, mate.
Never played it. Never played it.
Alcohol's a hell of a drug.
It certainly is.
Basically,
Right.
yeah. Instead of being a vamp, he be a gummy little soul sucker.
Yeah.
And
He's a wraith, I believe.
Yep, that's what wraiths are. So what you do? I'll say damn Fortescue, that's literally one of the fountains out of Medieval, isn't it?
Yeah. God, we need to play Medieval again. That's a
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
good game.
So many good things from the PS1, though, unfortunately, because 3D technology was in its infancy, look like this. Oh well. Yeah. Because I remember I got this specifically because there was a demo disc on the official PlayStation magazine that I played the absolute crap out of. You know, back when demos were actually a thing. But what I remember more is that how disappointed I was because the controls in the demo were infinitely better than the main game.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Shadow of a doubt, the combat was a lot better. Because that's all the demo was. It was just like an area which you could climb and fight a few guys. That was literally it.
Yeah, because
But
I
like I
played
said-
the demo, but I never actually played the official release. Because I think this came out at a very similar time to
Scabrous
Metal Gear
rays are
Solid?
these?
Ah, yeah. Well, to
and
be fair,
I was
yes,
up to my fucking
you love
know
your
my
MGS.
neck in Metal Gear.
Has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
lovely fellows. Come back here. I said come back here and let me stab you with my hands. Oh, fuck it. There we go. So they're one of those annoying enemies where you've got to do something after you've actually beaten them, otherwise you can't kill them.
I was fairly sure that was almost all the enemies in this game.
No, I think it's the ones in the Spirit World, because that's what we are. We're in Spirit World right new. Where is the little fucker? There we are. There we are. You do actually get back to the real world eventually. Well, I say eventually, it's like maybe 10 minutes from now, I think. You get one of the coolest goddamn effects on the PS1. In my opinion. Humble as it isn't. Let's see. That be water. We're underwater right now, but it's the spirit world, so it don't exist. Don't think if you noticed, but ghosts don't get thirsty. Ah. There we go.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
And that is one of the coolest mechanics I've ever encountered. In that, if you die, you basically go to the world of the dead, wherever the hell you are. And if you die again, you just go back to that little portal we were in at the beginning. Now, watch this. Doesn't look like much, but that was incredible at the time.
Your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
God, I love this game.
but also, all of those pillars weren't straight when we were in the
yeah, you saw that they morphed.
So if you need to get to an area where you can't quite reach, whack over to the spirit realm. The pillars will move. It's a cracking mechanic.
It's like, oh.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world.
I'd say being dissolved is pretty fucking fatal.
In the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Oh, see, sight splash. Tiny bit of death. Like I said, classic action adventure that as you go through you will get upgrades, so eventually you'll become immune to water and stuff like that.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
Yep, it's a classic Fallout several hundred years later, Jobby.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. A vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Otherwise known as, here's your training room. How do you want to kill him? So what do you think, Jim? Sunlight, water, or stab the buggers?
I think stab the buggers. I'm always
Right. Come here, fucker.
I'm always for putting things inside things.
Yoink. Ah, shit, missed it. Ah, asshole. Will you piss off? Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna think I'll knock this guy down for the count, and then I'll grab the other one. Right, come here, lad. We be going.
You can't carry them forever, if I remember from the demo.
Oh no. Oh yeah. God damn it! I'm trying to kill. I think screw it. I'll just grab this one and I'll just torch him in the sunlight because I haven't got time. And boop.
unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
I think I do actually, yeah, I do actually need to do that. Right. Where are you, bugger nuggets? Right, come here. I wish I could lock onto that. Oh, screw it, I'll chuck him over there. There we go. Nom.
Your physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Square to shove. Where the hell do I need to go anyway? Ah, there we are. Gordon Bennett, the PS1 was not kind to cameras.
Was this were analog sticks around when this came out?
I think the DualShock had either just come out or was not from it. Actually, let's see. Just if I press circle, do I? Yep. No. Okay. So yeah, I do have DualShock because we're on the PS2 right now for convenience's sake. So yeah, it looks like it did. But then again, even like N64, they had the analog stick right from the get-go. Still not grand for cameras. They were still figuring shit out. Let's face facts. When like a mod game comes out and it's got a bad camera, it's actually notable because it's one of those things that it's being figured out, and you can just buy the technology.
Yep.
My God.
A badly
that's a
rendered
crow.
raven.
Clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yep, that's it.
If my brain serves me right. There we are. Oh,
Then you throw it with triangle. And then if they're weak, you can skewer them with them, I'm sure.
yeah. Asshole. I'm still not sure if there's a block.
It was an interesting, just thinking back to the original Blood Omen, there was an interesting little thing whereby there was an invincibility cheat. However, the whole point of Blood Omen Legacy of Kain was that you were a vampire, and you can only become a
had all the
vampire
weaknesses
by
as well.
dying. So, in like the first 2 minutes of the game, you are set upon on your way home by some bandits who kill you, and it's a necromancer who then turns you into a vampire rather than a sort of standard way.
Oh.
However, if you have the invincibility cheat on, you can obviously kill the bandits that would have killed you and thus turned you into a vampire and therefore, started the whole plot. So there's this hilarious fucking moment where you kill these bandits and then nothing happens.
Yeah, the game is broken.
You cannot progress because obviously, the game didn't design rooms because it was a supposed to lose fight. You weren't able to under any circumstances, pretty much, you were not able to beat these
the bandits.
bandits.
They were scripted to kill you.
That's it. So if you were invincible, kill them you could, and yeah, broke the fucking game. So they had an invincibility cheat. I mean, I'm sure the invincibility cheat you could only put in at the start of the game. Like,
I think it was one of those good old-fashioned... remember when you used to be able to tap in a cheat?
Yeah.
Actual
but
cheat
it only
codes?
worked, I'm sure that it only worked before... It was like on the main menu.
Yeah.
So either you either started the game with it or it didn't work. And it was just bizarre. Like, why on earth would you have an invincibility cheat that only broke the game? Like, there was no... What's the word? There was no way you could get it to work.
No, because that's like there's like occasionally like I think it's mainly like RPGs that tend to have that. A boss fight that's not. It's not like part of a cutscene, but it's still scripted that you have to lose.
I hate that shit. I really do. They need to. If they're going to do it, they need to sort of flag it, because there's the amount of times I've played some games and I've restarted multiple occasions because I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to beat this person? And then I get told, oh no, actually it's fine, you're supposed to lose there. It's just like, great, well I could have done with knowing that before I either wasted all of my thing. The worst though,
Final Fantasy 9?
No, the worst one, the worst thing though is not the supposed to lose fight, it's the supposed to lose after having won to a certain point fight.
Oh,
I don't mind.
Yes.
I don't mind having my ass handed to me by a boss, and that was supposed to be the thing. However, Final Fantasy 9 is a great fucking example for
with
this.
what's her face?
Beatrice.
Yeah, that's it.
Where if she just kills your party, then fine, whatever. You die and it's the end of the game. Whereas if you
frame rate,
if you hit her one or two more times, and then she just kills your party anyway.
Yeah.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss.
But
Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
But yeah, like there's other games as well that unfortunately the names
escape you.
Escape me.
Beer does that.
But yeah, or like you'll be along a certain area and there'll be monsters killing you, and then you step over a line in the sand, and then in a cutscene you are then shot and die.
Oh yeah,
Call of Duty does this a bunch of times.
I think that can pretty much be just expanded to most games.
Yeah,
because that's just so flipping commonplace. It's just that if you die before the cutscene, it's a game over. If you die within the cutscene, absolutely dandy.
But yeah, it's just like why does me dying 10 feet back?
Yes.
But anyway, that's a very, very minor point.
It's not really minor. It's so much a case of it's just a little bit of bad design. Because really, would it take...
How on earth do we get onto this topic?
I don't know.
But anyway...
Then again, we are drinking, as we tend to do.
Yeah, we're still sponsored by the
Badger Brewery.
Badger Brewery and their immaculate Blamford Flyer.
I keep tweeting the buggers to try and sell this stuff in the frickin' stores, but hold on.
That's it.
Can I help you? There we are. You found the stairs. Congratulations.
Bernie man. Bernie man.
And I now have a stick. Shit. How the fuck was it L1? There we are. Alright, Guten Tag. Shit. Screw it. I'll just punch you in the face until you have not got one. Nom. Oh, god damn it. Right, come on, very obvious boss arena.
Utter desolation. My once
I've noticed one thing which I don't think anyone else really wants to point out, but do you think I should?
Go on.
He seems remarkably unconcerned about the fact his penis has been burnt off.
Yeah, but then at the same time, everything's been burnt off.
Yeah, but that would be like number one on most people's list.
It depends if he's one of these, like, sexy vampires that, still...
I don't think it really matters whether he considers himself sexy or not. The fact that Mr. Happy has gone bye-bye is really a big concern.
But if he's one of those vampires that don't, like...
Sparkle in the sun.
Don't shag everybody or, need to, like... Because I'm fairly sure that they don't piss when they're vampires. But you know what is a really great vampire game? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines
Yes,
for
I
the PC.
still need to play that. I've got that in
phenomenal.
the sale, and I still need to play it because I've heard so many good things.
It is one of the best PC RPGs I've ever played. It is so good. It's a little bit janky, I'm not going to lie, but the Steam community has done a great deal patching it post, because the
fan patches.
The developer has long since fucked it off. Like,
of course.
But the fan patches have been a fucking lifesaver.
No, because even if they get it to the point where they patch out like the totally game-breaking shit, there will inevitably always be quality of life improvements that need mods to do it. That's why, as I've always said, that's why I like PC. I have a great love for the PS1 and its brethren, but oh shit, you saw me. But the mod scene,
you do stand out. You can get mods for PlayStation 4 now.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
pulling a thumb sign that you can't see.
Come on, there we are. Yeah, but then again, they're curated, aren't they? You can't just put on whatever the hell you like.
No.
Exactly.
Although, speaking of which, as a bit of an aside news, this is horribly dated by the time this comes out. But I saw a thing with this whole thing about battle royale games like PlayerUnknown's and Fortnite. Which, of course, back in the space time when we recorded this, were a big deal. Microsoft is in talks with Sony to get multiplayer games to go across both systems,
both platforms. Yeah,
because Fortnite, for some reason, was able to get. They were able to play Xbox and PlayStation Network together.
I think
it was a glitch, but it proved as doable. So, if there's ever any kind of like cool survival horror-y cooperative games that I can get on PlayStation 4 and you can do on the PC,
that would be absolutely grand, because the simple fact is that the difference between like most of the modern consoles and a PC is just the operating system really these days. There's really not much, to be brutally frank. Come here.
Oh God,
I'm going to chuck you in the bonfire.
Well, no, I mean they're all exactly the same, realistically. So I just don't understand. It's just it's purposefully reducing the player base market, because I mean at the end of the day, there are heaps and heaps and heaps of games that you own on PC, and there are heaps and heaps of games that I might have that are also on PlayStation 4. But at the same rate, like I'm picking up Monster Hunter World very, very soon.
Yes. I'm waiting for that the PS4. I'm waiting for that PC release. But, I don't care how much that costs.
But for example, there are games that people would buy because their mates play them.
Yeah.
And like, if I knew all of my friends, all 4 of them, if I knew all of my friends were playing a particular game, but it was they were all playing it on Xbox, but it was not a game that I would normally pick up myself, then, I would pick it up for PlayStation if I knew I could play with my friends that had it on Xbox. Like, it's only going to make more money for everyone involved. But this may very well be either, old news to you space people of the future watching this, or it might be a an upsetting look behind the it's like, this is what could have been. But I see Fortnite and Battle Royale games and all that kind of stuff, I see those being a thing for a little while longer yet. Overwatch thoroughly wore out its welcome quite quickly. And now we're on to the next big thing.
I've never actually played that, to be honest. Have you played that?
No, but by watching one video of it, I think I can tell everything I need to know about that game.
Oh, so it's Team Fortress with a different skin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the fans will say that there differs in the fine detail, but,
Exactly, fine detail.
But, but I mean, we've had this conversation about Overwatch before. Like, everyone goes on about how cool and original the characters are. It's just like, they're not. None of them are original. It's a Blizzard game.
Exactly.
But anyway,
they made their fortune on basically ripping off, I don't know, Tolkien, I don't throw
Well,
throw a dart at a fantasy shelf in your local bookstore.
StarCraft is all entirely ripped off of the Warhammer universe.
I didn't recognize
Like the
Oh,
fucking
yes.
the Zerg are the Tyranids, the humans are clearly the Space Marines, and the I can't think what the other ones are called, but they're the Eldar.
I have no freaking idea. God, you're freaky fuckers. Nom.
So they're just a reskin of the other enemies.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in sort of tutorializing level, really. Come here, fuckface. I mean that because it looks like literally someone has fucked your face. They didn't even call back. I swear there is a block button, but I swear I probably missed it.
Yeah, more than likely.
Because unlike most games where we talk about bullshit which is not related to the game itself, that's because this game is just good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's not really a lot which we can say.
We're not
oh,
frightening.
Cool, that shit.
It's not frightening at all.
It's
so
horror.
we're not,
It's horror theme. That's why I shoved it on the list.
You know, but it's not like we're not waiting for a jump scare or anything like that. Is no.
Oh, an actual human being. Wow, that was pathetic. Well, there we are. That's the reason. That's the reason why you're losing, because you can take hits about as strong as a piece of tissue paper that has already been snotted.
House bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Snob.
Yeah.
I always thought that, like, the not necessarily with this, but I like how there have been like a ton of like 40k Warhammer games. There haven't been too many of the classic fantasy Warhammer, and again, I suppose that's because it's like based off so many common fantasy stuff there. But I always thought that the Vampire Counts would be fantastic for a game not dissimilar to this, but in the same sort of idea.
I think the reason why there's not been, because there's been heaps of them, it's just that they're all RTSs.
True. Shadow of the Horn Rat and all that jazz.
Yeah. But also after Dawn of War came out and did so well.
Oh yeah.
That's now where they're looking. 'Cause do you remember Fire Warrior?
Yes, I do. It's on the shelf right behind you.
That's it. You were a towel collector because, of course, you were.
Yes, because I thought they were freaking cool.
And standing in one place and shooting is
Hello, Mr. Imperial Guard, which I know you didn't play, but same principle. So shut the fuck up.
I was not an Imperial Guardsman.
No, you were Chaos all the way.
Of course I was.
I was Dark Eldar then Tau, so I was an absolute little scrub lord. I have no. Well,
I like pain. Basically, is your playing style. Just kill all my men. It's fine. But it's okay.
Kill all my men. You never beat me.
I used to beat you all the time.
I could have sworn you never beat me.
I used to beat you all the time. I had like a 10,000 fucking point army. Like we just used to run out of time before I ran out of units. But anyway, we digress.
But I think that's probably the reason why.
No, because I mean the 40k universe, because it's got guns in it. There are more games in that one because the whole shooting on, first-person shooter, it translates
much better.
Whereas the older,
Vermintide is supposedly quite good. I haven't picked it up yet, but that's because it never ever goes on sale, and if it does, it's for like pathetic amounts, like 10%. So.
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit Left 4 Dead-y.
Oh no, it is. It's Left 4 Dead with rats and swords, basically.
Yeah.
No shame in that, because if a good game's a good game, it doesn't matter if it's not totally original or not.
Oh, no, it's not that.
I never understand people who say it has to be an original idea.
Oh god, no. But I've already got Left 4 Dead. If I want to play Left 4 Dead, is more my point. And Left 4 Dead is so well made and is so polished that if I just want to play a horde shooter, Left 4 Dead scratches my itch.
We got to figure out some way to play that co-op at some point.
Yeah. You might see it later on in the month of insert name here.
We might just wind up going with that fucking name for all we know.
Yeah, more than likely.
Effort has never been our strong point.
Even if we do come up with a name, you'll only ever see it on the splash screen, because we have
yet to think of
it, and Christ only knows when this is coming out in chronological order. It might follow a bad one that came out yesterday.
I think probably what I'll wind up doing is I'll just do these in the order we recorded them in, otherwise shit's gonna get weird.
Yeah, more than likely.
Come on. Oh.
It's a pusher. It's not. It's not a doormat. It's a grabby thing.
Is it?
I think so.
Looks like all the other doors.
So why wouldn't it open? There you go.
Okay, I was not in the exact right spot.
There you go. Weren't allowed to bring your stick in.
I like my stick. And again, I know it's entirely mechanical, but I miss the draw distance fog. I know it's still much better to be able to.
You can still kind of see the draw distance popping out at the very edges. If you look closely.
No. I meant like modern shit. Like you can like see for like freaking miles before any sort of fog turns up. It just added to the atmos. Like I was saying when we were playing Silent Hill 1, you know, it's like it just added so much, and despite the fact it was just entirely a mechanical thing, there was no other reason, but it had to go in because of that shite. Ooh. This is where I fuck up terribly.
Thinking about fucking up terribly, jumping puzzles that kill you instantly.
Throw a pin at a dartboard.
Did you ever play Tomb Raider 3?
No, you played Tomb Raider. I don't think I ever did. I think I played like a couple of bits back in the day with you, but other than that, no.
Stay out of the water, man.
Oh, right. I wonder what the fuck was happening then. For a second, he just suddenly decided to dissolve.
There's a scene, I think it's Tomb Raider 3, where you, you're in this tropical jungle, and there's a swamp of quicksand. Not quicksand. It's just a swamp with, absorby mud in it. And you get given a treasure map item, but I can't remember if you can view the item or not. So you'd have this spinning map in the inventory, and it would tell you which of these lily pads you could jump on. But because, of course, the PlayStation 1 was never exactly the the beautiful powerhouse of being able to tell things where ledges are or what things are real and what things aren't real. And so the amount of times I would just sink into that fucking swamp and just die off, and I just used to get so fucking gross.
I think the absolute worst for that was that, I can't remember what level it was in Medieval, but that one where you had all of the swamps around.
I believe it was called the Sinking Mire?
Something like, the one where the old battlefield or whatever the hell it was. That fucker. That I think is probably the worst
because
for that sort of one.
Because it had the baddie, the fat knight.
That would go,
it would go boom with its belly, and you would just catapult off in any fucking direction.
Yeah.
And of course, Medieval was known for many, many things, one of which being its fucking dreadful controls and even worse camera. So you ended up it's just in a constant fight with the game to... The Dead Lakes.
That's
I'm sure it was called the Dead Lakes.
I'm pretty positive of that.
Oh, I hated it. And then when they did the remake for the PSP, they kind of also remade the Dead Lakes, and they didn't fix any of the problem. It's still as shit as it was.
Yeah. Where the hell am I supposed to go then?
I think you just need to throw him in the water.
Oh yeah, no, because he's just randomly turned back up again.
Well, no, because there were 5 little holes, and now there's only 4.
Oh, do you think I've got to kill all of them before something happens?
Oh, that'd be stupid, otherwise, because it took a while for him to reappear. Although, that said, you've not been back to the spirit realm, so you never know.
Ah, yeah. But I would imagine that this early on in the game, they would give you a direct hint. Because I can't go up there because I haven't got a better jump yet. If I hop across here, I can't actually get into the... Fuck me arses! Well, never mind, we're in the spectral realm anyway. Alright, let's see what's at the bottom here then.
Some pricks.
Oh, you fuckers. Right, get my belly. Ah, I think you might have been right, Jim. Yes. Underwater caverns as a vampire. Not exactly a spectacular plan. Come back here, you bastard. And I don't need to kill you, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh, they can be right fuckers. They can nick the floating souls. And if I remember rightly, if they punch you, they set this like electrical link that just slowly saps your life.
Yeah, and you have to. Do I have the? Oh bollocks! Is this a later secret thing? Because I haven't got the pass-through gate power yet. You know when he does the Jesus thing. The Jesus thing, by the way, we're referring to is when he literally sticks his arms out in a cross and phases through shit. So I can't remember what version of it, but there's another version of that enemy which is really fucking creepy. Can't remember what the hell it is. I remember that was the point where I gave up on this game as a kid. I was like, right, that's it, I'm out. Had enough of this shit, thank you. Aha ha ha, I did need to. You were right, Jim.
It doesn't happen often, but sometimes I
Yep, sometimes. Sometimes at least, and...
A stop clock is right twice a day.
Unless, of course, I don't have the power of climbing.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Just jump at it. Or whatever the grab.
Nope.
Oh, well.
Where the fuck else can I go? Oh, dramatic death scene. Because I swear I just went up to the door and nothing happened. It just did a little doors locked shit. Unless I... Yeah. Where the I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know. I can't see where else I can go. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was at the exact wrong fucking angle for doing that. That was 10 minutes spent pissing around.
There might have been some content cut for time.
Ever so slightly. Oh, motherfucker.
Not something I'm sure any of you have never seen before on this channel.
I try. Not hard, but I do. Well, he's had a bad time. Oh wait, is this it? I vaguely remember. Is this the room where they're in? Where you encounter the creepy bastards. Hold on a second, I'll just see if I can.
Yeah, see the wall came out.
Yeah.
Beware, Raziel. These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls.
Ah, these are the ones that like.
These are the
lightning.
linkers.
To re-inhabit their corpses.
Yeah. I know they look more like freaking Jawas, but for some reason as a kid I was fucking terrified of this section. Speaking of... Well, I say terrified, I don't know where the fuck he's gone. Ah, there you are. Yeah, there's the link.
That's a pretty eerie scream, though.
Yeah. It wasn't that. I think it was just the way they looked. Maybe. I don't know. Young me was a stupid little shit. As is probably
No
true for
comment.
all of us. That is still so cool. I still love that effect, even 20 odd years later. Well, fuck. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck no. I've had enough of those bastards. Oh, like Jimmy said, this game is huge, though, so I think we'll leave it there. From again, not a scary game, but a horror game in its design, and more than that, a fucking good one. More than that.
That's it. Have a good one.
Nice one, guys.